Okay. So I usually take a little bit of explanation or introduction, which really is a whole bunch of feelings poured into you to deal with. I'm just kidding. So it's almost like there's so much that comes in officiating such a connection that is now shared with the world that I can't help but sometimes I get emotional. Sometimes I feel a lot. Sometimes I tear up, and sometimes I just simply am quiet. But in this case, I really want to say a couple of feelings that I have right now with just bringing you up to the platform and bringing you to the public. Introducing you is like introducing vastness and introducing so much power in a woman that gives me hope that limitless exists, powerful is real, eternal is possible, ethereal is necessary, and almost that it never dies. Why? Because when I see you, I believe deeply in my heart that what you believe in is just manifestation in your physical world too. And you, Chahat, on a first hello, gave me this message. What is internally in your heart is very much representation of your energy shared with the world at large and your surroundings directly. So I've met you in person just a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
And even behind the words that we exchanged via email was so much power and trust for you and to you that I don't even know where it comes from. So we can say we're meant to meet. We can say we were soul mates or soul friends or just simply soul that known each other from a long time ago. But there is a compass that came with it when I met you in person, when our bodies actually hugged, when you introduced yourself, when I hugged you, and when we interacted for the workshop that we attended together at the Mystery School in Holland. So it's beautiful, beautiful to have you here. It's
Thank
an
you.
honor. I'm actually shivering and shaking. And I had this urge to wash my hands before the meeting, wash everything off that I know, and just surrender, and also wash my mouth, meaning everything that comes out for it to be completely pure. And I don't know why this is just so symbolic to me because we're about to touch into something so big, so massive in capacity that it's scary. And so scary that it humbles us. And it humbles us to surrender completely to it. So one way or another, the lines and the circles make total sense of the whole circle start and end again and again for creation. And I'm so honored to have you here. So honored. I'm beyond myself. Welcome, 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 Chahat.
Mwah. Thank you. Thank you. I am honored to be here, total, and to be doing this podcast, this play with you. We're gonna play that we did that from the beginning, right? This life dynamic, curiosity,
Yeah,
trust it. Yeah.
absolutely. It's a play. It's such a beautiful way to put it. It's such a play. And I used to call it exchange. And I used to call it where we blend. You're blue, I'm red. Our blend becomes purple. And we don't know who ends where and who starts where. So it's beautiful to do this with you. How are you feeling?
Well, I'm happy. I'm overjoyed to be here, and your energy awakened so much joy in me that I'm like, I'm here, I'll tell you everything.
I love this. And how do you feel it in your body? I'm actually really hot. I feel the fire in my entire torso. How do you feel this in your body? Mm,
It's just alive. It's
mm,
alive. It's alive, but very contained.
mhm. So how do you think and feel this is actually produced, generated, and created between two energies? Where is this coming from? How come suddenly a trust, a surrender, and all these goodies that come with it? How come?
Well, in itself, I think it's a long story. It's a story, my name means longing.
Wow.
My name means longing. It's longing. It's life longing for itself in all its manifestations. And in that sense, I think we both made a long journey to get to that fourth row of chairs where you were sitting in front of me and I was there, and all of a sudden we just connected. But it's a long story of longing.
Hmm. And do you ever get clear on what are you longing for? Do you have that crystality?
I tried very hard to get that really clear.
Did you
I'm
come
still
closer? What were your guesses?
definitely closer. And it's endless. It's endless. It's endless. A dear friend, Barbara Marx Hubbard, she was 89, looking in her eyes, then you would see that it was endless. It's endless. The aliveness, so beautiful. And in that sense, I think although the details are different, there is this is in both of us.
Hmm.
Details are different, but the essence is the same.
Hmm.
And what is specific essence, as I see it between you and me, is joy, is being joyful
About.
about life, about anything.
I love it.
And that can be, and of course, it doesn't exclude excruciating pain or sadness or
Mm.
all of that. But basically, that makes it more full, that makes the twinkle in your eyes deeper, and that makes our energy exchange
Mm.
so joyfully.
Mm.
Something like that.
Yeah. And, eternal, endless, limitless, infinity is very scary for as a concept to accept it. But yet, once you surrender to it, it feels like an extension. It feels like almost, yeah, I want to surrender and I want to live and taste the sense of no ending. And joy comes in from from my experience with you. Joy comes in playing ups and downs and lefts and rights to get
Yeah.
to the destination that does not exist yet. It's just the play. So just completely removing the destination makes it so playful and joyful because we're in it together and I don't feel alone.
Yeah. And I was thinking about ending. Of course, we know that there is an ending, but that's we're living. We're living. We're not
Yeah.
ending. Even though it's something we know, and if I think about it, God, I pray I can be present all the time when this body does the thing that bodies do and transform into, but I want to be there. No
Hmm.
ending.
Yeah. And you believe in it unconditionally.
Yeah, I think. Well, it's at least it's I believe in it, but and I desire, I long for it. I desire. I want to
Uh-huh.
be, I want to be, I want to be there. I don't want to go away.
Yeah. And you mentioned joy and you also mentioned pain within. And to have the full experience of being in a moment with someone and being so present in the now, because we're very much taking all possibilities that brain can think of and almost lasering them out to this one moment of what is that is current experience and what is the current experience shared with, oh my god, another person, which doubles the experience when you don't feel separation, you don't feel in exclusion from it, you don't feel that separateness, yet you feel togetherness, which to me enhances the feeling of joy and enhances the feeling of participation, that it's full force, conscious, active, and almost determination to stay in the moment because I long for it to extend forever.
Yeah. I was thinking, but the way you say the full meeting, but the way to get to the full meeting, the way each step, each piece, when there is a new configuration of intimacy, as Mark would say, and
Mhm.
then to be as unguarded as possible to step uh, into that conversation and discover. I discover myself in each conversation as well.
Hmm. So, what is that backed up with? What is the backbone of it? What's the spine for that exact readiness to step into the moment of discovery of self and another? What's the what's holding it?
What's holding it?
Is it backed up by cosmic force? Is it backed up by almost such a trust in your inner compass? There must be a knowing somewhere that this is the right thing to do at the right time. There must be, how I see it, there must be such a hug from the universe. There must be such an embrace behind you on your back that says, yes, right here, right now, this.
That's my life. That's life, and it's life manifested through this being, all of it. And in that sense, of course, it's cosmic force because we're part of it, but it's uniquely manifested in this. And then there is the story of my life and my journey and all the pearls that I got from that, all the people that I met that supported me and helped me deepen that thing that I was moving towards, but I had no idea, but I couldn't resist, and I had so much opposition, and but I still went, and
Yeah.
wow, I had no idea. I had no idea my life would be like this. Thank God did not have an idea because I couldn't have figured it out like this in its
Yeah.
details.
Yeah. And what you mentioned is like, is there's this unique configuration experience through you and your life choices and your ups and downs and everything that happened in your life, that it's almost like you can lean on that experience because it's so unique to you, because it's so your authentic, sovereign, unshakable participation, that you're almost leaning into it because it's you. It's no one else's. It's unique to you, and
Exactly.
you're leaning to hold you while you go and explore left and right into the unknown. That is such a sense to have. And I'm
Yeah.
curious to ask you this. When did you develop this way of understanding of that layers of you that are actively participating in building that spine that holds your whole structure, belief, trust, love, you, experiences, and etc.? When did you become aware of the layers?
Wow, that's not a moment, huh? It's the layers, layer by layer by layer by layer by layer by layer. Until now, as I said, I'm like 69. And now, when you say I lean into it, yeah, I lean into it. It holds me. It's if I have to so I'm going to stumble for it. So many moments. One specific moment was basically when I was 29, after having already done 2 therapy sessions, trying to adjust in the life that I had, and then all of a sudden reading a little thing in the paper saying bioenergetics. And I was like, that's something with your body. But I woke up biting my thing. And so I did a weekend. And within an hour, I was crying like I never cried before. I didn't even know where it came from. That was a specific moment. earlier on, when I was 19, I got married because we weren't allowed to be together and not marry. So I thought, oh, well, I'll marry. Well, that was not a good choice. So I got divorced when I was 21, and I was from the Catholic South in Holland. That was the biggest shame my family could overcome. So there I was on the street, being 21, seeing myself as a divorced woman with capital letters. Not
Mm,
good.
mm,
I had ideas about that woman myself that were not so very supportive. So all of a sudden I thought, wow, I'm not that. I'm something else. But I got spit out by the culture at that
mhm,
point because I was a disgrace. But I found something like, wow, I'm not that. I'm something else. And then that was one significant moment also when I realized, like, wow, culture holds me, but culture also costs me something.
mm,
And stepping out costs you something, but it also gives you something.
mhm.
And basically,
One.
but why that all is, I don't know.
It just
Apparently,
is.
I'm blessed to be waking up to that.
Mm. There was this
Ever.
beautiful sentence. There was this beautiful sentence I read a long time ago, and it says, "Every morning we wake up a little bit more,
Yeah.
a little bit more." And what you're saying is that these layers, the moment you surrender, and now it's so easy to shrink all that timeline into just one event, and you exit out because you're still here and because your energy is very open. You're not closed off. You don't seem to me contracted by any mean or any, you don't have this like feelings of heaviness that you're carrying so much behind it that it's unresolved, uncompleted. That's, I perceive you as a very open energy. It's almost so welcoming to all the possibilities because you went through this and this. And I don't know your story and what you shared. It's beautiful, but I can just imagine how many times was there an open door, then closed door, a tower that just crumbled,
Absolutely.
the desire to go, and then the 10 steps backwards. And this push and pull in paradoxical duality, how builds those layers in you where you're simply, oh, but I can lean on it because why? I felt so many times and I stood up like a phoenix.
Yeah.
How? Okay, Chahat, I'm going to now just ask you a little bit deeper. I cannot ask the surface-based questions, as you see. It's like I have
Please,
to go a
please,
little bit
please,
deeper.
please, please.
How do you find brings back, what brings you back up? And let me elaborate on that. It's like, yes, we all fail. We fall and we fail and we fall. And it's the gift given for us to evolve from. But I'm noticing and I'm realizing it's the speed of allowing the process to crumble everything that it no longer serves you. In the meantime, you have to surrender to it. In the meantime, we have to realize what is happening, and we are actually ready for the new stage of our life into totally unknown, absolutely unprepared, scared to death. But it's the timeline of realizing and standing up again. And this stand up again to climb another mountain is really what builds that mountain to lean on later on in life with such a confidence that you become unshakable. So, what makes you stand up again? How fast does it take? And is it always different or is it always the same?
Oh, well, I'm a Capricorn, so I can't be different. I just want to get up to that mountain. And then when I'm there, there's another one, and there's another one. It's next to that, I'm also a lion, so I'm also lazy. So what are you gonna do? Yeah.
Very, very. So, yeah, I want to say so much on astrology, but I'll keep my,
No,
my
let's
comment.
not go into
Yeah, yeah,
astrology. It's just just like the Capricorn and in this context.
yeah.
It's such a miracle, Milici. Milici.
Milica. Milica. Yeah.
Milica. Milica. It's just a miracle. Even when I'm talking about it, I can only be inspired by it, and it's hard to, it's not that, it's not that. It's that movement. And I never knew that I got up until I got up.
Wow.
And more along the path, I would get to the place where I knew that I would get up, but I did not know when or how.
Yeah.
And to be in that, yeah, to be in that uncertainty and hold the certainty of that is basically the miracle. And in that process, you become so very intimate with yourself during all those years. You learn all those details of your life, of your thinking, of your withdrawing, of your holding, of your pride, of your joy, of your desire. And that makes it, yeah, that's all, this is all those intimate details that are seen, held, loved, hated, everything, but held them. And in that sense, even though, as I said, I turned 70 this year, I have no idea. There's no ending. There will be a change at some point, but it doesn't disappear.
Mm. And the learning about the intimate parts of yourself, do they stop or do they continue?
No, they continue.
Mm.
They, they
So
totally
good.
continue. That's endless. That's, in that sense, it's not like there's not a part where you can say, oh, done, check that, done, like a green thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not just there, they're all there and they're all alive.
Mm.
And of course, it's different than the girl who was poor sitting on a merry-go-round biking and was very proud that she was able to bike
Mm.
on this bike on the merry-go-round. And then my brother said, that was not a real bike. Ouch. That's still there.
Mm. So the pain, shall we call it even a pain, or shall we just call it a part of it that teaches you how to contract, close in order to open up? One without the other can happen.
That is a thing we get to know, right? But let's just call it pain.
Okay, let's just call it pain. I agree.
Let's just call it pain because it's such a, to find the depth and the beauty that's in pain, it's almost undoable, huh? And yet it's there
Mm. Mm. It's there to be experienced.
to be discovered, to be this, to be experienced, to be held, to be seen for what it is,
Mm-hmm.
to be felt, the desperation that goes with it, the
Mm.
desire that it stops, everything. But let's call it pain because we have such a struggle with it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Accepting it as part of our being, as part of our growth. Yeah, when we're feeling good, when we're happy, we can talk about these concepts and stuff. But when we're fucking having pain, it's pain. You cannot
Mm-hmm.
concept that away, huh? As long as you're doing that, you're not there.
Yeah, it is definitely a part needing a lot of your attention, a lot of our attunement, a lot of patience. And I like to say it's like self love is the most patient love you will find. It actually takes such a slow softness once you start discovering it, and it's slow. You want to take time with it. You want to open it. You want to nurture it. You want to hug it. You want to cry with it. You want to cradle it. You want to tune. You want to give it the time. You want to give it the tears. You want to surrender to it. It teaches you so much, but it takes that readiness, it takes that rawness, vulnerability, and desire to surrender to the pain and feel it, really feel it. Do you have anything to say on that? Because I wanted to ask a question about it.
Well, what I wanted to say, it's true what you say, and I feel it that way. And when it's all about your pain, when it's all about this, then it doesn't get the beauty that you just described. It gets true and beautiful. It just even make when you know it's not for yourself.
Mm. Mm. Mhm.
That it has meaning. It's not just for myself. It's for humanity to learn. It just touches me when you because it's just so true.
Yeah.
You know, when Ramdas says we all walk each other home, that's just
Hmm.
the way it is.
And what touches you? What touches you about it?
The truth of it, the togetherness of it, the
Mm.
the fact that we need each other, and the whole confusion that is around needing. That that touches
Yeah.
me, and the beauty that's in there.
Yeah. So,
You had a question, you said.
yes. Oh, I have so many questions to this because I wholeheartedly agree that doing this with holding while you hold hand with someone, then doing this together with someone, that learning how pain is not only shared with the collective and humanity, that but also understanding that you have it too and I have it too, that deep down in it we're really experiencing the same thing, just manifested differently, and going down so deeply to honor and accept someone else's pain as yours is that layer of awareness. And does it come after you become aware of your own separateness, your own pain?
Well, it definitely goes together.
Mm.
I remember one situation where I was on plant medicine and I had to cry and I had to cry, and I never cried so hard. And friends, people were with me holding me, but I was like, wow, what is this? What is this? What is this? And okay, that all calmed down. The week after, I was giving a retreat, and there was a person, a friend, and at a certain point, she broke open and her pain just poured out. And in that instant, I knew, thank God I did that last week.
Mm.
Felt this depth of pain. Because if I hadn't done that, I would have been scared now with her. But because I had that, I could just be there with her
Wow.
and hold her. And I think that's part of the quality that you see when I'm with a person on the couch and talking, or because that's just what happens.
Yeah. It's that natural compassion and empathy because you went there, because you experienced it. And it doesn't need to be manifested in the same format on a physical level. It's almost like the depth of, shall we call it pain, and shall we also get down a little bit in a depth of the ocean of it, where it's total darkness. And nobody really knows what to do when they get there, it sounds like. And when you touch it, it's now that all that buildup of awareness that you have experienced in your life that is actually holding to pull you out if you dip down really fast, real deep, and you don't know how to get lost in it. And when you sit on that couch and you connect with that person in front of you who is falling deeper and deeper into the ocean, the sense of I got you and you can only go this far because I went this far and you still have way to go, but you're safe. That safe nest in the depth of the ocean where you can't see, can't hear because you don't know which way is up, which way is down, is everything, is everything. And that's where we need each other a lot, a lot.
We do. It's so funny that you say, because when I'm there, there's nothing like you can go this far because I've been there. It's like I'm diving with you. I'm also willing to go to places that I haven't been there.
Yeah. So maybe we can just, add onto the story. Maybe it's your confidence in your diving that actually builds a confidence next to your person, because that support is tangible. That mutuality and that trust that happened between two people is like you have this just felt sense that you can trust this person to go as deep as he gets, but you cannot trust yourself. It's almost the other person sees it more potential in you than you see in you. Um, it's like, and you don't even have to experience it. I understand it as the capacity, right? And capacity comes with taking chances, taking risks to explore it,
Yeah,
and realizing and being aware that no matter what, I'm still me. No matter what, I'm gonna still show up for these values. No matter what, I'm gonna still sit in the integrity of my heart. And I'm here to show you how to do exactly the same thing on your own time, on your own way.
beautiful, beautiful.
What a power, Chahat, that it's almost, is it teachable?
Well, you're not, well, you stepped into something yourself, right? You know, at a certain point, I lived in a community for 30 years, 28. And at a certain point, I was the coordinator of the volunteers. And there I had something like, wow, if I am the gate for these people, then they cannot have to come through my gate. I'll
Mm.
have to make that wider and let them in too.
Mm.
And that, I think that was also a significant moment that I said, oh, I cannot let people, if I'm the gate, then I cannot be the gate. I am, but it cannot be my person, it cannot be my desires, my longings, my judgments, my then I have to just open
Mm.
the space.
Yeah. And not identify with the gate anymore because it's everyone's space.
Total. But in
Mm.
that context, there were also things that I needed to be the gate. But on the level where your desire touches the greater desire, I cannot be in the way.
Mm. And how did that change your life? How did that open you even more?
I also worked in a mental hospital for 12 years. That was also significant. It's life, people with all their pain and all. And all those things come together. When I was there in the mental hospital, I had a quality and wow, great. But now it's also like I can say, okay, let's look at it. Let's look at things. Let's just look at things. What can we do? Let's just look at it. Shall we look at it together?
Mm. With an ease.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And did you observe the quality of connections that changed with every layer added on your experience on the mountain that you leaned on? Did you observe how your quality of life changed? How people that entered and exited your life also bended your reality in a very different way?
Total. Yeah. Each each meeting is a new birth, is a new configuration of intimacy. It's a new and it can be for the good and for the tough. in the community, okay, we have a shared vision, and we do have to share a vision, because if I like you today, I will probably might not like you if I live with you for 3 months, and I'll have to deal with that as well. So let's look at the shared horizon,
Mm.
because otherwise we will not be able to go beyond our likes and dislikes. And so in that sense, yeah, living with the vision,
Mm.
a shared horizon, and finding people that wanting to stand there with you, that's just so unreplaceable,
Mm.
at least for me.
And what is your vision?
Yeah, that we live in a world where people are loved because of who they are, and that people can grow into the vastness of their being and recognize that they are so much more than they ever thought they would be. And that is becoming a global quality that we all recognize, and that we somehow learn to overcome the global intimacy disorder.
Exiled Eros.
Exactly. And that we, although we're not sure if we're going to make it, but we do have this, I'm going for it. I'm going to give my I'm going to give my gift to this beauty, with all its pain, with all its devastation, with all its seemingly unsolvable issues.
Hmm. And the vision brings out of you a new level of inspiration to life force, almost like the vision is what you aim to give the best and the worst parts of yourself to its extreme, and also push your own limits and all your capacity to contribute. So is the vision, and first of all, do you have one vision or you have many? I'm just curious.
Well, there are many topics. There are many topics that have visions, but I am closely connected to the Center for World Philosophy and Religion with Dr. Mark Gaffney and many others, and that's my home.
Mm, it's
That's my
beautiful.
home, and that's where I've chosen to give my gifts in
Yeah.
the context of this bigger framework, where Mark writes his books, where I hold and organize and do things,
Yeah.
where Christina, so many of us.
Yeah. And there's this like resonance with you and your dharma and your purpose to give all your gifts and everything to the vision. And that vision now actually shapes not only who you are, but also your contribution to it is very much exchangeable between you and the vision. Vision and shared value is beautiful, beautiful context that can be replicated in many aspects of the life. Do you think so?
Total, total. And we all have to find our specific contribution, or have to. Well, we're on that path, and yeah,
Mm. Yeah, it's beautiful. And the shared value is new concept for a lot of people. And it almost acts sometimes, well, I'm discovering it. It acts like a third consciousness on its own, that it must live in a different level of understanding. It must have space and time and its own freedom to form, to express, to shape its own thing, and then be welcoming to whoever wants to come in. And the shared story and shared value is really what we almost, I agree, we lost such a concept of such quality in the world.
We've become afraid of it because shared value has been used to make us small. But
Yeah.
the shared value that we're talking about is now recognizing the values that we all have in us, that are
Mm.
part of us, and learn to shared value in the context of our diversity.
Hmm. And honor our own uniqueness and contribution and find the willingness to contribute together in a different concept, not in a concept of institutionalized ways, the traditional ways. It's almost its own evolution is pushing us to evolve into the new concepts of creation together, 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 together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's unshakable. It becomes unshakable. And that's what I love is that you have such a untamed but yet still undefined devotion to such vision and such values that are so concrete in you that you yourself become example of how it can be done as well.
I think that's also aging in a in a conscious in a conscious way. Then that's part of it. And in that sense, thank God we have the possibility to get older and we're not dying when we're 36 or something like that because there's so much to come. So in that sense, I'm blessed to have all these years
Yeah.
that, and then it's also, yeah, wow.
I love, you know what my favorite part is that there's so many times that had no words to explain.
Yeah, but yeah,
How do you feel?
grateful, beautiful. Hmm.
Yeah. Can you believe 1 hour passed?
Oh, really? We just started.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow.
Oh, Chahat.
Yeah, I just don't
Yeah.
know about, yeah,
So good. Such a good quality to feel.
yeah. You just go around the world and invite people, sweetheart. Just do it. You're an invitation. That's so beautiful.
Yeah. It's doing its own thing. I like to say, I just show up.
Yeah,
It's easy. It's easy to think that I don't have so much work to do, but rather I just shrink time and I just shrink 1 hour of just simple exchange. And what I found, Chahat, it's that intimacy in connecting with another being, not only energetically, not only soulfully, but also what you said, it's that shared mission that it's undefined, but yet it's finding its own way to it.
yeah,
Can you
it's
see it?
unclear. Yeah,
Right? It's like there's so much movement that it's happening that we're kind of crossing paths exactly the way it needs to happen. So I believe in silent revolution. And I believe that that silent revolution that is happening collectively, though you and I are daring to speak in public about it, how dare we just bring this topic up? But we're actually joyfully playing with it. And it comes back to how we opened it.
yeah,
We are willing to play with it. And
yes,
it's, which is itself our contribution to the way it's becoming. And we might both die not knowing what it became, but at least we knew we contributed with so much openness, with
At
so
least
much
we
willingness.
played it. At least we played it.
At least we played it. And much more to come. It doesn't end.
Yeah. It doesn't. And I do hope that we have a lot of exchanges in person or like this.
Me too.
Yeah,
We'll find a path again.
for sure.
Thank you so much. Thank you so, so much. This was beautiful. It was an honor. And it was an honor just to surrender to you as well. So thank you, Chahat. Thank you. I'm richer for this 1 hour of you exchanging with me. Yeah.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for playing with me, for having me step into your invitation. I'm richer because of it.
Yeah. Until next time, we fly again.
Yes. Mm.
Okay.
Bye.
Ciao. Ciao.